Meanwhile, beyond denying the charges, China repeated its assertion that IT is a victim of what it called serve U.S. cyber threats and wiretapping and surveillance activities. And CCTV's German has more on this side of the equation. Take a look.
Does the U.S. spy on private businesses just as it is accusing China of doing? According to former NSA contractor Edward Snowden, speaking to German TV network NDR about German companies in January, the answer is yes.
There's no question that the U.S. is engaged in economic spying. If there's information at Siemens that they think would be beneficial to the national interests, not the national security of the United States, they'll go after that information and they'll take it.
Snowden's documents show extensive NSA breaching of private companies. Chinese tech company Huawei is effectively banned from doing business in the U.S. over fears its software and hardware have technical backdoors that can give the Chinese government access to client information. But a 2010 document leaked by Snowden to the New York Times shows the NSA has itself installed backdoors into Huawei electronic products to discover trade secrets. An NSA document stated, "If we can see how Huawei is marketing itself and working to expand, this will help us to understand the company's plans and intentions." The stated NSA goal was to increase its access into government computer systems in China, plus clients in Iran, Pakistan, Cuba, and other countries. A December 2013 article in Der Spiegel detailed an NSA program codenamed ANT that targeted products by an international lineup of companies that included China's Huawei, but also U.S. firms Cisco and Dell, Korean giant Samsung, and others without the consent of the companies. And another NSA program, codenamed Quantum, set up 2 covert data centers through Chinese front companies to spy on Chinese Army Unit 61398, the unit that housed the 5 soldiers charged in Monday's indictment. In each of these instances, the U.S. used or spied on private companies, but Washington insists the goals are very different.
There is a significant and important distinction between the gathering of intelligence for national security reasons, which the United States does, and surely China does, and virtually every other nation on earth does, and the gathering of economic data for the purpose of providing a competitive advantage to companies in your own country. That is not something that the United States does.
The U.S. says it only uses intelligence gained from private businesses to better understand markets and economic forces so it can advise U.S. policymakers. But critics say the NSA wants to have it both ways, dictating when and where spying is permissible. Jim Spellman, CCTV, Washington.